Okay, we're recording. So, we are going to make sure we hear from as many. Why am I echoing?
Alex is still at work. She's still at the office, so we'll just record and then post.
Okay. I mean, I want to hear her feedback, so I want to hear her. We'll make sure she comments.
Okay.
So that we know how, about her stuff for Summit. So, okay. So I want to make sure everybody gets a voice. And we've got some great ideas that we want to put out there. So we're going to go ahead. Brittany, do you mind starting? I'll kind of facilitate some questioning, but we can go off book. No worries. I'm going to be muting people besides her. Okay, just to minimize the distraction and the background noise. So overall, within a couple sentences, what was your biggest, I know this is your first time, so you're not really comparing it to another experience with Summit, but what was your biggest takeaway of the vibe and just kind of what kept coming up over and over and over again for you at Summit this year? And there's my crying baby.
Well, I mean, there were several things. I think the one thing that they really stressed, and it was the theme, was believe in yourself, right? And so they had all these coaches and the elite coaches and the 19-star diamond coaches, all these people coming out and talking. And it's just, one of the women, Emily, I cannot remember her last name. I'm sure Mama Sparks remembers it. But Emily has this amazing background story, right? She was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. She had, her and her sister ended up in foster care. Terrible foster care system for 3 years, got adopted. She had every reason in the world not to succeed in this business, right? She decided to do it, and then she got pregnant and lost 4 babies last year, all babies they wanted. And I'm sitting there, Mama Sparks kept looking at me and she's like, there you go. And that just ugly crying because I can't, and she's like, I got a call from Autumn or a call from people about 80-day obsession. She's like, and I can either dive all in and believe in myself and let this change me, or I can kind of do it and kind of let it change me. And she went from being regular diamond coach to 19-star diamond coach since 80-day obsession launched. That's 6 months, 8 months, because she let it change her. And she just believed that she could do it. So I think that was the biggest thing. It was, you're never going to have a perfect situation. Things are never going to go as smoothly as you want to. You just have to believe it. You just have to schedule the time, stick with your 4 vital behaviors. And even the objections that they were getting from people, they did a study, right? And they went through and they talked to all these people. And even the people who said that money was their objection or time or whatever, the real objection that they had once they dug and truly talked to people was fear. It was fear. They didn't believe that they could do it. So, I know we post all the time and I know we do all these Transformation Tuesdays, but I think honestly, one of the biggest days that we can have is Motivational Monday, and making them see that it's not always perfect, right? It's not always the kids are sleeping through the night. My hair always looks this good. No, Mama had bags today. Mama had some bags. Okay. That's just real. And so they said, keep it as real as possible. Your Insta stories. I mean, really, are you telling the true story to something, or are you just kind of glamming it up to make it look prettier? Because honestly, it's not always pretty, but just be true to yourself. So those were my big things. I can go into other stuff if Ashley wants me to, but I'm a rambler, so you got to stop me.
You're good. So I just said those were her few sentences. No, I'm just kidding. Love you. So some things that I'm hearing, be real, be you, be authentic. Even the 1-million-star diamonds are saying that. And then really, pushing the Motivation Monday, which I think what we've got going in the Summer Challenge group, we've incorporated the Mindset Monday. I think that's been huge. I think we can really work in the motivational piece as well. That's something I want to talk to you guys tonight too. This group has been so energetic. It's been so on fire. It's ending, so we've got to really kind of get these people to a place where, one, they want to come with us. And 2, when they come with us, they also kind of, I don't want to say lower their expectations, but they're okay not being as entertained as well, because our ongoing community is our ongoing community because it's not always so flashy. And I think it's going to be our job to, whether it's a different, a coach takes a group every month and we kind of feed people into that. Like our coach runs their own group every month, or we per quarter. We just do one of these big groups again, but we also we're going to be exhausted if we keep doing these groups all the time, but we need to keep the energy up. So maybe that means, you know, how we had our schedule for Monday, Wednesday, Friday of, you know, a coach pointing posting the content. Maybe that means we get back to that and we say, you know, Samantha, you're in charge of this day, and she does 2 days out of them a whole month or something, you know, just to make sure that we're keeping it fresh and we're doing different bonus pop-up things, so that we do keep them engaged in the community and we're not exhausted. Because that's the big thing too. Is I was talking to Jessica Peak. She's considering being a coach, but she was a coach before years ago, and she said to me, she's like, they wanted me to, it was kind of more of old school when we started, Brittany, where it was reach out to 3 to 5 random people every day, and where, you know, where it kind of just felt icky, but we did it because that's what everybody was telling us to do. Right, it is what it is. That's what people were telling. That's what all the big wigs were telling us to do then, you know. So it didn't seem authentic though. And so she was like, if that's what the team is going to be about, and if that's what the process is going to be about, then we're, you know, what's up, Dad? We're not, this is our life today, guys. We're not, you know, we're not going to be all about that, right? That's not who we are. So I love those takeaways. I'm going to go ahead and ask just one more facilitating question for Brittany. What is something that when you were sitting there, you're fired up and ready to do right away? What was a big thing that you were I can't wait to start this, or I'm going to go home and do this? What was that for you?
I mean, there were a lot of things. It's kind of hard to pinpoint one specific thing. But I guess it was, do you remember the panel that they had, Marcia, of the 3 coaches, right? One of them was a single mom to 2 boys. She got back from maternity leave and they fired her that day. The other one was about to file for bankruptcy because they had no money whatsoever. And then the third mom was just lost. You know, she just didn't know what to do. And they're all telling their stories. And they said it was just about finding their purpose. It was about having no alternative. And they just went in. And I was like, I love you people. Again, the ugly crying Mama Sparks just kept looking at me and she's like, it's okay, I did this last year. But it was, you know, you look at these women and they're normal people, and that's what they kept saying. They're we're normal people. We're not these big flashy people. You know, they looked nice and all, but you could tell that they were just regular, every day you could find them on the street and just have a conversation with them type people. And they're making this business work. You know, single mom successfully providing for herself. Other woman no longer filing for bankruptcy or needing to. And then the third mom, who totally made me cry because she just, oh no, here it comes. So if it comes, I'm sorry. She's you know, she just found who she was again, and she was helping all these other people find who they were again. And I'm going to make the crying not happen, but it was just this, I guess that's what it was. It was just finding themselves, getting a purpose, you know. And don't get me wrong, being a mom is amazing, but we're individuals.
Oh, girl, we know. Everybody on this call right now is one to just do this to you. Amen. Yes. You know, we know. So I think really what you're saying then is probably just to, you know, find that purpose within yourself and put that out to the world so that other moms feel as though they can have that purpose as well. And they can have all the feels and feel good.
Sing it, sister.
Okay. All right. I'm going to mute you.
Go ahead.
And then Mama, so same 2 questions. What, can you summarize as your overall, what were you always hearing, if you want to build on Brittany? And then what was the big thing that you were I got to go do this as soon as I get home?
Okay. First of all, I want to say the 4 ladies that went really caught a little bit of fire, and I loved it. So if you have an opportunity to go next year, you really need to try and go. This is my second-ish. I kind of crashed one 3 years ago, but this one was my second official one. I thought, well, I'm hearing a lot of the same things, but no matter if you're hearing the same things over, sometimes you hear them and you don't hear them. And then sometimes you hear them and you have that aha moment. And I had a lot of those little aha moments throughout. At the end of the last day, I was texting Ashley and I was like, okay, everybody needs to just breathe. Just breathe a little bit. Get back to the basics. Let's invite people. Let's be our true selves. Let's live our story. And it might not happen fast. It might not happen at all. But it might not happen as fast as you want it to, but it's going to happen. These people are watching us. They're watching. They want to see us be real people. They don't want to see us selling things. They don't want to see us pushing things down their throat. One coach said, I love this. She said, and she's one of our elite coaches, and she said, you know, Beachbody coach, if they post the wrong way, we become the kiosk at the mall that everybody wants to just dart around and get away from. You know, oh, I got to make this phone call, you know. So we want to avoid that kind of posting to where they think, oh, here she goes again, you know.
Right.
Just be ourselves. Another line that really got to me was, our posting is marketing, but we can't rely on that alone. We have to live at the way we want people to see us. We can't just be posters. And I was trying to find the quote. I wrote it down, and it's been a crazy day, but I remember one coach said that posting was our paycheck. And what was the other part, though, Brittany? I can't remember. Posting was our paycheck, and well, I'll go on. Brittany's going to look for it for me because it was really, really, really neat to hear that. Another thing that I thought was really cool, people are always going to have objections. Oh, she's got it. Go ahead. What was it?
So it's social media is your storefront and your posts are your paycheck.
Yeah. So I thought that was really, you know, like, yeah, that's really cool. You can relate to that as far as business end of it goes. Another thing that I thought was really helpful was people are always going to have objections. So we need to not just ignore those objections. We need to take those objections, absorb them, and use them in our post so we can burst those objections. In other words, someone says, I don't have the time. Okay, so maybe you do a post how your life is really crazy and your life, you know, something about your lack of time, but how you are still important and it's for you. That kind of thing. Do you see what I mean? It's like, use those objections you're getting, money, maybe talk about how expensive it is to go to a spa and get a massage versus, or now that's a bad example, I guess.
Because we need
to do that. Yeah. They were just talking about how, you know, you can get a Lamborghini or you can get a Corvette or you can get a car that's economical. You know, you just got to
it's all about choices.
See what's all important to you and what's that's more of a thing for later. I was just looking through here. Be honest, share the good, bad, and the ugly, and make sure people think that you're credible.
That doesn't mean expert. That does not mean expert.
That does not mean expert. And then, like I said, oh, go ahead. Yes.
Okay, so one of the other things, it's going to be word vomit today. I'm sorry in advance. But one of the coaches from the panel, you know, they were asking what was a big business changer for her. And she said that she always thought it was really stupid and corny, and she refused to ever be one of these people until her business was stuck. And then she had her affirmations for the day. And so every morning she woke up and she's like, and it felt really stupid at first, she said, but she had her personal affirmations and her professional affirmations, and she spoke them aloud every morning. As soon as her feet hit the ground, she said them out loud. And then everything she did in that day, she made sure that she was applying to her personal and professional affirmations. So I thought that that was a really good idea, because sometimes we're like, okay, well, you know, we know it's on the list, but if you speak it into truth, it helps. So proceed.
I'm going to close with two little things. One thing that I heard also too is to always consider yourself a student. Always be willing to learn. Keep your ears and your eyes open. Follow other coaches. You don't have to copycat them because you're not that person, but get ideas, learn, be willing to pull in from other people. If you have an idea and you can't quite get a grasp of what you want to do with it, reach out to one of us. Maybe we got an idea, that we can relate with people. And if you can remember this guy's name, his name is Sean with a W, Achor, Achor. He was one of our keynote speakers, and he talks a lot, and we don't have time for me to go into it, but he talks a lot about optimism and being positive, and how it changes. If I'm positive to you, you almost have to be positive back, that kind of thing. So there was an exercise that I said I wanted to do every day. I think I'm going to just start doing it. He said to start daily gratitude posts. Make it a challenge. Challenge people to do a grateful email to even one person every single day, and you'll start seeing the trend turn around. So maybe it's a teacher you had once, and you say, Mrs. Smith, I just wanted to let you know that you were one of, a key figure in my life, and I thank you very much. And just real simple, what couple of lines. And then that person will be like, oh, that's really cool. Maybe I just love the feel of how that was coming along. And I thought, well, we could take that too and develop it into with our challengers and with our people who even aren't challengers. I just want you to know that I'm proud of the way that you stuck to your guns and did your workout today, even though it was a horrible day, and leave it at that and don't say anything else. It makes a difference. So I've got tons of other things.
We're going to have to do follow-up calls.
But I will turn it back to Ashley.
So what I'm hearing, back to the basics, just live your story, invite people, but not in like an icky way, making sure that we're just having conversations with people. I know I talked to one of the coaches about just like their goals, and getting back to our goals. I know we did like the Powerhouse module training like years ago. And then there was the Icon 7-day training, which I know some of us have finished and some of us haven't, but it's like, what's your short-term, long-term kind of goal with this? Because it could just be that you are going to try to be physically and emotionally like the best person that you can be. And that's your goal. But if your goal is at all to inspire, motivate, bring people into this, like you have to talk to people, and that's scary. But like, if that's your goal, you have to talk to them, like they're never going to know it if you don't share a little bit, and at least like at work or messaging people personally or text or, anything. Like you have to put yourself out there just a little bit. You got to give a little to get a little and to help them, because if I'm selling makeup and I never wear makeup ever, like how would they know that I was into that, or that I would, so think about that way. Again, with the curiosity marketing, I know Carl's like Shakeology, Energize, post about it in your stories, and he's doing all this cute stuff, but which is good. Like we need them to know about our products for sure, and like check out my Insta story for XYZ. But like, we also can't be like all the time and like be those girls, that's not like, and honestly, what's more likely, to happen, I'm going to tag in Brittany for a second. I'm sure she has something to say. But like, what's going to happen is I'm like, hey, Marsha, look at my Shakeology. She's like, Shakeology, cool. Amazon,
Google,
awesome. eBay, somebody's selling it for half price. Badass, like sorry, Allie, that's what's going to happen. Because we're giving them everything we've got, 80-day obsession. Cool. I see 100,000 people doing it in the autumn. Went on the Today Show. Thanks, girl.
80 day. Oh, I
Great.
know.
Thanks, girl. And so they're not going to buy it from us. Sometimes they're going to buy it from whoever else. So what were we going to say?
So a couple of things. One, the Energize, I'm totally with you on that. I actually got one of my challengers because she ordered from on demand, or she just ordered from the website, and she didn't have a coach who checked in with her. And she was like, hey, I stalk your stories. Like, what is your pre-workout? And I was like, oh, my unicorn juice.
Yep.
My little brother's friend comes into town. They're all like, we stalk your Insta stories. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm flattered or concerned.
Creeped out.
All wanted to know about Energize. So like, I still post it, but I flip the label backwards. And I try to mix it up so that I don't do it every day. So
right.
like 2 or 3 times a week. one last thing for this moment. We were talking, Marsha brought up Sean, and like he's, first of all, you need to buy his book. Like whatever you're doing, stop and just buy his book. But second of all, one of the quotes that he said that super stuck with me was, happiness is the joy you feel moving towards your potential. So I thought that was like amazing, and I really liked that, and I had to share that.
And he also said happiness is not an individual sport, it's a team sport, which I thought was perfect.
I would have been crying the whole time. Yeah. It's so good that I didn't go this year.
But he was hilarious because he would be real serious, and then he'd say something that he had already said earlier that was hilarious. So he'd bring everybody back into funny mode again. So it was good.
So literally everybody in this call tonight has the potential to go next year in one way, shape, or form. I know things happen. Hello. But we are going to do a little caravan from Virginia. Samantha may be moving across the world. We don't know where she's going yet. But Indianapolis is not far. And even if you can only go for some of it, Brittany didn't stay the whole time, but she got so much out of it. Alyssa stayed the whole time.
She stayed the whole time.
And there have been summits in the past where it's party, going out this, doing that. We're not those people. Like, we're going to definitely enjoy some fun if we want to, but like, that's not what it has to be. So don't ever think that it's going to be like shots. Well, we did play some cool drinking games last year, but we were all on board for that. It's whatever the crowd wants. But, just if you can go. I'm not going to buy my ticket right away because I literally have a screaming baby every time I'm on a Zoom call. So, things happen in life. We're going to figure this out. But try to go. Mom's going to, hold on.
Take a picture, then you can go deal with it.
Brittany, you take the picture because you're going to be so upset okay. And then I think for the sake of brain cells tonight, like we probably should just wrap it up for tonight. We got the little summit share out. And then maybe next week, if you guys are down after the 4th, we can get together again to talk kind of about challenge group goals. Michelle and I will get together to talk more about logos and t-shirts and tanks and stuff. And we can get that rolling. Is everybody okay with that?
Picture.
Thumbs up. Sorry, I muted you all. Are you guys okay? What? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Brittany's turn.
Picture. Yay, Allie.
Let me unmute Brittany.
Yes, she got it. Okay.
Okay, we good?
Go deal with your baby.
All right, guys. Here, let me unmute everybody. All right, cool.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for hopping on. And if you want to know more about anything that went on, like more detail, just get with Brittany or I, or Alex or Alyssa. We're more than willing to share. It was a little haphazard tonight. It's been a day. I'm just going to tell you, it has been a day. And we're all trying to adjust over here. And but we had a really good time. Seriously, if there's any opportunity that you're able to go next year, you will get something out of it. I guarantee you. And for the money you have to pay, it's nothing compared to.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like the speakers and people that they had there. I mean, you would have paid more than what the one ticket was for just one.
And I mean, just to have time with Alyssa and Brittany and Alex and Regine and Mike and the people that are icons that are the other group, just to feed off of each other, the energy that you share with each other, the excitement, it's invaluable. It's worth everything that you can get out of it. You'll get a lot out of it. So again, if you have any questions, and let's finish the rest of this week as strong as we can with the challengers. If you haven't already checked in with your people individually, please do that. I've got some people that have been killing it that are having some medical issues right now. So do what?
Close out the group strong.
Yeah, we need to close out the group strong as always, and get them over into Legit Fit, into the community, and start getting more people in. We will be posting the thing about inviting more people, bringing your friends in, trying to challenge them to do that. And that's how you get new people, guys.
Ooh. Okay, question.
Yeah.
So random thought. So tomorrow is Throwback Thursday, right? Like, what if we challenge people to do like some variation of Throwback Thursday and combine it with Transformation Tuesday, but on their personal page about something that they did? Because like, I know we've done that in the past, and just have them take a screenshot and put it in the comments. Do you see what I'm saying?
Kinda. If you want to do something like that, you can go ahead and do it. I will never turn down content from anybody. I think it's an amazing thing. Just so we're not like being redundant, or I mean,
Yeah.
we've all added little tidbits in here and there. So I think the people who want to see it will see it and learn from it, and the people who won't, they just won't. We can't make them learn. So I'm excited to hear what their takeaways have been for the challenge group, because not only does that help them think about it, but it helps us learn what we can do maybe next time to make it better. I will say this has been one of the best groups, a lot of energy, and I've done a lot of them. So I'm trying to think of when we should do the next one. Be thinking about ideas. Be thinking about what you'd like to do next time, and we'll get back together again and figure out something.
Back to school.
Well, what if we do, sorry, they have 2 things in October. So 1, Lift 4 comes to public access on demand. And then 2, they're doing an early preview. Just in case you didn't know, Shift Shop is coming back. And they're changing it up a little bit.
Oh, it's going to be it. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
excited though.
I'm not sure this mom is going to be able to do this Shift Shop version.
Oh, you got this, girl.
Yeah, but then it's like a couple months after school has started, so that's kind of like, hey, get back into your routine. Your life got hectic and crazy, so let's reel it back in and get back on track again.
Ashley's yelling for me. Hold on one second. Yes? Oh, yeah. Ashley said there were Brittany, I think, said that she had some people that needed some extra love. So if anybody has anybody that you want them, they need special attention. I mean, like I've had some people, I've reached out to specific people and said, will you talk to this guy or will you talk to this girl? Encourage them a little extra. So always do that. Reach out to Ashley, myself, any of the coaches that are posting or responding regularly. Let us know, because with so many people, we may not see that post, or we may not realize it's an issue and we need, to build on it. Yes, if you have someone that, I know she's back, she's probably nursing at this point. She's nursing in the back room. If you have somebody that you think might be lined up to be a good coach or something, is showing some interest, and she or he might need a little extra encouragement from, say, Ashley or myself or anybody else, please reach out and let us know, because we don't know the conversations you're having with your individual people, okay? I was concerned about, say, if I'm concerned about a food issue, I might go to Brittany and say, hey, will you talk to so-and-so and encourage them to eat the right way? Or, if they hear it from more than me, then maybe they'll respond to it quicker. What, Ash? Yes, we're just supporting each other. We're not trying to take each other's potential customers or anything. I'm not worried about that with anybody in this group, because I would hate to beat somebody down for doing that. No. They say I'm a badass, so I'm just saying. But yeah, I think this is a good group. I just want it to grow. I want it to keep the momentum going, and I want us to keep supporting each other and relying on each other for help. There's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in asking. Like I said, we need to be students. We need to learn as much as we can. And be you. Ashley said, be you. Be the authentic you. Anybody else have anything they want to say or ask, or any needs about anything? Of course, Brittany has something to say.
I was going to wait and let other people do it, and I just involuntarily rose my hand. What is happening? I need to not have caffeine. This is what happens. Just automatically.
You're okay, Britt. Go.
Okay. So one of the other things that somebody said, I don't know who it was, but somebody said, take the time to get to know you so you can take the time to get to know other people, because you can't help people if you're not even being true to yourself. I really liked this
Fill your
short
cup first.
Get it. Yeah. We're not judging what you put in that cup. Just fill it.
I mean,
you know,
I might be
children and no husband right now. So.
Oh yeah,
girl.
I should be in Virginia with you.
Exactly. All the wine, it just flows from the box.
Just remember, guys, just believe in yourselves. Believe in what this group's doing. And if you believe in yourself, oh, Ashley said, hold on. She's coming. We got 6 minutes. Here she comes. She's got another thing.
I'm sorry. Just remember, we all came to this for a reason. You know, it wasn't initially to become coaches. It wasn't initially, you know, because we just had this big chip on our shoulder to be leaders and inspire the masses and everything. But we all came to it for a reason or another. I posted a 5-minute long video of me jiggling my shit all over the place earlier. You know, I mean, just remember that. And if you can help anybody, help them. Free trial. You know, just it's not icky, and it doesn't have to be. Just get back to the reason why we started, and you know, think about those people who need this, because a lot of people need this.
And don't ever question what you're doing. Question if you're doing enough. Believe in yourself and know that it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. You're the only person that has to believe in yourself. Okay? Okay?
Mic drop.
Mic drop. I love you guys. And again, just reach out. I know we've kind of rambled a little bit, but reach out and
be on the call next week. We'll get something set
we'll
up.
get a call set up for next week, and we're gonna get us some shirts. I saw some good shirts this weekend.
We're gonna like stop talking. Like we're gonna not talk as much, and we're gonna turn it over to you guys.
I love you guys. Be good, and we'll see you the rest of the week in the challenge group. And yeah, I guess that's it.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
Bye. See ya.